Okay, I'm done with the setup. How's it going, coffee? I hope you're all doing well this evening. I like to think tonight we can finally get this night done. I like to think. All depends. We'll switch over to here. And it is all strewn about. What else do I gotta do? I don't think I really have much more. No. Okay, I think we're good. So, where was I last time? Sponging on pink for this part, which I think I'll move over to the brush, and doing this part up here. I got confirmation by my buddy that I'm good to use gold, so that will be the only other color I will use tonight, at least I plan to, for all this stuff. But we'll see. We will see. Let's get... that. Dab away most of the water. If I was to do something like that, it'd be better planned out ahead and not very impromptu. There we go. Let me do pop this part off. I should probably shut my door. There. But how have y'all been? It's been a minute since I've chatted with all y'all. It's actually been a day. At least time-wise. I'm doing good. I did another night-on-night game last night. That is my second week in a row of just fighting knights. And another Purge the Foe. Like, we're both doing Purge. So it was another meat grinder. I walked away with a loss, like usual, but that is fine. I had some good moments in that game. I played... I probably played the best to my ability. I'm very much a KG player when it comes to the game. So I could have been doing things a little bit sooner. But I stayed even in the beginning, which was nice. So like for 2 turns, we both had the same score. And then on like turn 3, he bumped up a bunch. How's it going, coffee? Or not, shovel. Wow. Your message popped up, coffee, as soon as... I hope you're doing well, shovel. And... yeah, now we're gonna move over to the brush. It's actually been a minute since I started streaming at like 7. I wasn't 7 on the dot, but you know what I gotta do? I gotta, like, I think pre-schedule streams. Well, first I gotta schedule, and then I should set up streams like, I'm going on at this time. That would be helpful. Oh, I know I mentioned this in the Discord, but my favorite moment from the game wasn't even with my knights in particular. It actually came from the Battle Sister squad that I run with my knights. So I run a 10-man squad of Battle Sisters that mostly they're there for the sticky objective. Because as a knight, it's very hard, or as a knight player, it's hard to keep objectives under your control and all that. So I got the sisters to move up on an objective, but they were able to be seen from like two sides, and he sent his Castellan to do all the shooting on the sister squad. And he took out all but one of the he took out all but one of the sisters. He shot his volcanic cannon, which is like a strength 18 gun, and does like d6 plus something damage. I can't remember top of my head. I want to say it's like plus 6. It's their big like monster killing gun, and he only had one that went through on the last one. I needed a 6 to save. I rolled my single dice, and I'm like, you know what? If she dies, she dies. It's how it's going to happen. And luckily, she willed a 6 to come up. So she completely saved herself on a single 6, stayed on that objective. We did lose that because he brought some other stuff on there to hold it. But it just felt awesome to be like, I rolled a 6. The squad still lives. Well, the sergeant still lives. Sadly, she did get taken out next turn though, because I put her in the terrain. He moved that same knight into the position to see her and shot her right off the board. Also during that game, he brought a Lancer, which is a deadly melee knight. Ooh, you're getting your half sleeve on. Nice. Wait, you're watching me while you get the tattoo done? How's it going, Cry? Rampager is greater than the Lancer? I fear the Lancer. It two-shot a big nid. It's shooting... Honestly, I've never been... I haven't used a Rampager before. I want a Lancer just for the like coolness of it, but damn, is that an expensive model? I did kill the Lancer, but it cost me a Paladin and an Armiger to do it. He killed a Paladin before I had a chance to really do anything with it. So then I tried to shoot it off the board, and I finally killed him melee with a Paladin like turn 4. It's such a good knight model. I want it. I want it for the coolness factor. Honestly, I want, like, all the knight variants at some point. At least is how I feel. Ooh, yeah. I might have to do a Rampager. Actually, do we have the spare bits to make a Rampager? Yeah, it was a night-on-night fight. It was my second week in a row doing a night-on-night fight. I lost that game, but it was good all the way around. I have done bringing knights as an ally to like some of my Space Marine games before. Never really works out the way I hoped, but they're still fun to use. They're a little bit limited at that point because you can't really benefit from a lot of stratagems when they're allied and all that stuff. I'm really tempted to... I almost want to make my knights be my 5,000 plus point army. I'm really tempted to, like, make a 5,000 point list and try doing apocalypse style games. I don't know how many points those usually are. I know that's probably more done with I've never... It's Titans. I don't know where my brain is going. If I had the facilities for a 3D printer, I would get one, but I don't. And I plan on helping a buddy get a Chaos Knight for his army. You cast Haywire Cannon, hitting on 3s, critting on 4-ups versus vehicles with dev flat damage of 3. So I hope you enjoy the mortal wound dumping. In my last game, you did 15 mortal wounds with a 95 point unit in shooting alone. Jesus. Oh, no. Well, the only allied unit in my Knight Army is a Sisters of Battle unit for the sticky objective. That is the only allied unit. I'm tempted to... Oh, hello, Roy. Welcome. I'm tempted to add in one of the assassins. There's 2 assassins that I want to add in. It's either I drop the sisters and I add in, I think it's the Calidus assassin? It's like the shape-shifting one. More use her as, like... There's been a couple times where I've gone in cards that need me to pretty much be able to be on the other side of the board really quickly, like 4 Deep Strike. And that's not really a thing you can do with knights. Like, I've gone outflanked a couple times, which you can do, but I've gone like late in the game where I don't have the models or stuff like that for it. Or like behind enemy lines, other stuff like that. See you later. I'm not sure to pronounce your name. SP. I'm just gonna say SP. So that's the other one. I was thinking about getting the Calexis because you can deep strike and that anti-psyker stuff. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Hi, bud. I need you to move. I want to get it for the 85 and keep the sisters. I do have this one I bought a while ago. I think out of all the assassins, not the Colexis, the 85.1 is the only one I'm kind of missing. I haven't used any of the newer detachments yet for all that. You turned a corn dude into a proxy for that assassin. Fair enough. It's the magical corn. It's the magical corn guy just appearing out of nowhere. Is she 100? I thought she was 120. I keep thinking that she's 125. Questoris Forgement Pack. Oh yeah! That's the one with if you have a tech priest, it buffs a lot of stuff. What a sexy dudes of a sexy lady. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Whatever floats your boat. But I'm going to try running these knights in a couple tournaments soon. So I definitely want to get... Currently, I have a 1,095 point army because of enhancements. I don't really know all my... I don't remember the enhancements very well. I'm not a big fan of the detachment I'm using. I'm doing it for just the purge alone, but the only things I've used the most have been the lethal hits and the rotate ion shield for a 4-up. But even when I use it, I never get 4s. It's either a 5 or higher or a 3 or lower I'm getting for rolls. I'm glad you're enjoying the pink. There's not going to be a lot of it on this model, but it's here. It does exist on this model. Yeah, wait, I think the sisters are 105 points? Huh. I will admit, the one that I want to play for detachment is the Warden Gate. I really like the idea of Warden Gate. I want to do Take and Hold. Tech Priest can heal. D3 regular squad gets a +1 battle strength, and heavy you can take Tech Priest, Dominus, the Nuclear Scutari Marshals, Scutari Rangers, Vanguard, up to 500. Ooh. Coffee, I'd just put your arm in a sling and not worry about straining or anything like that. You need your Night Haunt fully based and painted within 20 days. You have 23 models to paint. Oh, geez. I feel like we all have a good roasted dinner, Lord of Chaos. I feel like we all have, but what financial decision have you made now that you are regretting? You bought more knights. That doesn't sound like a bad financial decision. That just sounds like a growing army. I will probably be making that decision at some point this month. I'm waiting for... my local game store is going to be doing a... They do a yearly sale for, like, celebrating when they opened. So I'm waiting for that to come up, which is the 23rd of this month. Well, 22nd to 23rd. And I'm going to go with a buddy, and... We still have the Eye of Terror. Oh, no. Yes and no on that cry. You know what? I would listen to France on that point. What's up, Taylor? Yeah, knights are... They're not cheap. Like, they're the same. You're going to spend the same amount of money on them as you would, like, starting a regular army. Because, depending on what you buy, well, currently, the cheapest knights you can get is 2 armigers for $100, and that's 125 points each, I think. Or it could be 140. And then to go from there, the Castellan is... Well, no, the Dominus is 170. That's the newest one that came out. And then... Questoris and Castellan are around the same price. They're 195? I almost want to say the Castellan's a little bit more expensive. Yes, you and your good deals paint. Yeah, you got them at relatively cheap, but you're also... You also are very lucky because you have resources that you can use to make them for cheap. I will say I got lucky on my Knight Army. I actually did get it for cheaper than what you can. Besides my armigers that I paid full price for, so that's 100 there. I bought 2 fully made knights already for 100 each. So that's 300 there. And then I bought 3... I bought 3 for 150 together. So I spent $450 in total on a 2,000 point Knight Army. That is very true, France. That is, yeah. How's it going, Darn? I'm doing well. I don't blame you, Paint. I'm just pulling your chain. I'm just pulling your chain. You could find relatively good deals on eBay. They just go really quick. I think we are going to mix some white in on. We're going to mix some white into this and give it a good. Expedite kill team. Oh yeah, because the new I think the new box came out recently. Like they released points and stuff for it too. What's up, Grim? Good to see you. Oh, Paint. Why must you jest? You give people the wrong idea. Wait, you bought the Horus Heresy Knights? Oh, geez, you did spend a bit if that's the case. Yeah, because I looked up last night because I wanted the Lancer again. $215 for the Lancer. Okay, well, lucky you, is all I'll say. Lucky you all the way through. And you might get on the entire thing for like $60 to $70 cheaper than. Yeah. I fully believe it. It's not fun, Grim. It really isn't fun, but you know what? We just gotta like keep our eyes open for some really good deals that come up every once in a while, and just be patient. I have not seen your conversion. Hold on. That was a... Oh, that was a jackal! I thought it was like a corn berserker. Wow, that actually... That is actually really nice. The Pirate's Life. No, do not steal other people's models. No, I've not seen your new army case. Still spent... Okay, reading on what Good said. Still spent like 6 months... Oh, you saved 6 months. Okay. I still spent my entire 6 months saved budget for 4 models. I mean... Yeah? I think that was going to happen no matter what, because you're buying very expensive models, I think, no matter where you go. Not what you meant. More second or... Oh, yeah. Proxying stuff... Trust me, I bought models off of Etsy or bits off of Etsy for my armies. I have some sister models that I'm going to use because I don't like the way certain sisters look. And I want some practice on green stuff, so... It's like a putty mixture. I hate that Cry called me out. I don't like being called out like that. Let me see what you... Oh! That's actually really cool. I might steal that because I actually have some pieces of glass that I was going to use for a... I was gonna... Okay, so I bought a old cabinet and I was going to take the door off, cut some... like, cut a shape out of it so that I could put a piece of glass in and use it as a window for the case, and when I have models that I can put in there, I will. I don't have the space for it right now, but I could use that. I have plenty of glass that I could do something like that. I have a few models with green stuff. Sorry for kind of like... I mean, it's not a lot of green stuff. This guy's got green stuff on him. His entire cape is made of green stuff. Really, it's only his cape. But my green stuff was going bad. Do I have anything else? I don't have anything else right on hand. So this knight is the Knight Crusader. It's one of the, I think, three fully shootable knights from the Questoris line. So this is the Crusader. If it doesn't move, it gets sustained hits +1. And you can pair it with like the big autocannon, or you can pair it... Well, it gets a Gatling gun and then a flamer, or you can change out the big melta-gun for a giant autocannon. It's switching out, because the big melta is 2d3 with blast, and it has like melta 6, as is like the autocannon. It's d6 +3 with rapid fire, d6 +3. Some people can do crazy things with green stuff. I've seen people almost make like an entirely new model, or take an existing model and add new parts to it with just green stuff. Coffee, there's no need to call people out. It's fine if there are people watching multiple streamers. I probably should. I did see one post where someone did a whole like Warlord Titan being transformed into like a demon with green stuff. Don't do that, Coffee. Don't do that. There is no need to do that. I will invite other content creators to my channel. I don't need my community doing that for me. Honestly, I kind of wish I could do that during stream. Like, there's people I do want to watch while I stream. But also, like, it's kind of rude to my own community if I do that. I don't mind calling myself out on that. I don't care if you guys do. You guys support whoever you want to support. One I remember is a Hive Tyrant got turned into a bug mech for the Inquisitor. Ooh. You're gonna try and make your new Demon Prince look like Ozzy Osbourne? Oh, that sounds so cool. I just read your comment earlier, Paint, about the Red Terror. Might be a problem, which... Ooh. Let's mix these two together again. It's a little bit brighter than before. Let's get that cleaned off. I'll have to check that out there, Grim. A tear rolls down my cheek. I want the Red Terror as well. I want that. Oh my god. I want to paint my Tyranids so much at one point. I should sit down and work on... Okay. I should take all the Hormagaunts I have primed and test out the like Typhon. I want to paint them as High Fleet Typhon because I think it's such a good scheme. Oh, thanks for reminding me. I gotta magnetize stuff on this model as well. I have not done that yet. paint. Who are you talking about? Because now you've piqued my interest. I mean, wait a minute. That kind of baffles my brain. You don't own any Hormigons, yet you got that many Tyranid points? Or that many Tyranids and points? Oh, that's not a bad idea, using fake fur. I mean, it makes sense, and if it'll take paint, okay. I'm excited to see your Grave Knight, Grim. I think that is going to... When it's fully painted, it's going to look so nice. In my personal opinion, Paint, the Hormigaunt is one of the Tyranid's best sculpts that they have. I love the Norn, the Reaver, or Raveners, and the Hormigaunts are my favorite sculpt. The Red Terror is definitely close. I gotta see it like in person, hold it in my hand to feel it out a little bit more. I wonder if I should be dry brushing this instead. I'm like I'm using my wet palette, but my wet palette's so dirty that it's not really working. I want a Carnifex. I think it's cool. I think the model's a little bit outdated now that I'm like picturing it. I mean, it's the same thing with the Hive Tyrant. The Hive Tyrant is outdated as well, and it needs a glow up. I'm physically upset that I can't take my Norn as a like warlord character. I am immeasurably upset by that. There is no paint on that whatsoever. Let's try this again. That's better. Yeah, I should have done it this way. I want the top to look brighter, but then on the sides, it just kind of feathers down to like the rest of the regular paint below. If that makes sense. I think it's mixing with the gray that I have on the brush, which is not good. I have and I do own it. I have seen the Parasite of Mortrax. Let's mix in these two again. Yeah, I'm trying to blend. I'm going to show you guys what this wet palette looks like and why I'm having a hard time. This is what my wet palette looks like after all this painting. There is not really a spot that I can get the water to thin out, or that I cannot get the paint to thin out enough on. So I could try doing some stippling. That's been something I've seen before. Trying with dry brushing, just seeing what works. I mean, for a while, if you're talking about me having a wet palette, I did make my own for a while, and then I was like, screw it, I'll buy one. And I'm glad I did. But you can easily just make your own. The only reason why I bought it is because I didn't want to go out and buy the parchment paper that I'd need for it, because what I owned had the waxy side and all that, so I'm like, screw it. Same, Taylor. My wet palette dries out so fast now. An ice cream laid as your wet palette? Nice. I love that. Yeah, leave that one right there. I'll take a look at the parasite. Hold on. Ooh. It's a nice looking green bug. And the little rippers. Ooh, I have to check that out. Try and do some vein work and all that on some of them. Okay. I need to do some stuff here, and then we're good. I think with... Are you talking to me, Paint, or are you asking Grim? I think the mini painting can take up quite a lot of space. I think they're orange light bulbs. I'm not really sure what bulbs are in them. I also have... I don't know if this would affect my phone, but I set my phone to not be so harsh on the blue light, and it'd be more an orange light, like on my screen. I don't think that would affect the camera, but maybe it does. Oh, you know what would have been really good now that I think about this? This would have been really good to do a sunset theme on. Holy... That would have been so much better. The, like, top and orange. So, like, the... Oh, that would have looked so nice. No! Why am I coming up with this now? I can still do it. I don't know. How's it going, Eternal? It is just paint, but I'm so close to being finished with this guy. Oh my lord, that would be so nice though. Do more work now. I don't want to do more work. I'm so close to being done. Ah! Why do you have to be right? And it would work well with the Earth-themed night. It would work so well with the Earth-themed night if I did that. Because the Earth theme is based off the Earth, and if I did sunset themed... Oh, that would be so perfect. Okay. What model are you talking about, Eternal? Also, I'm going to throw the colors for the next night I have that I'm going to do. Good night, Coffee. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope you feel better. So. Okay, I'll check out this one. So, the other night that I have, the other color scheme that I gotta work on for a night, it's black, red, and iodized steel. For those curious what, like, iodized steel is, it's really that, like, weird rainbow burn effect that they do on knives to make them look like fancy and all that stuff. A friend of mine wants that as his color scheme for a night. Oh my lord, that looks so good, Eternal. Wait a minute, is that on the base that it goes on? Please tell me that. Please tell me that's the base it goes on. Because that'd be so cool if you show up to a game, it's like, this is my Void Dragon, and it's on that base. Ah. Okay. I gotta look up some sunsets real quick. I gotta look up some sunsets. Oh, no. Fair enough. Fair enough, Eternal. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at... Ooh, maybe this one. Hold on. I'm going to show you the image that I'm thinking will do. I did all this painting, and now I'm going to do even more. Oh jeez, what do I do for my... Okay, let's change this out. Look up. Okay, so obviously you guys see the colors that I've been using. What if I changed it to something like this? I think that fits so much better for the colors. Fuck it, we're doing it! Fuck it, we're doing it! God damn it, paint. I hate you and I appreciate you at the same time. We're going back to the beginning, boys! Ah! It's okay. I don't have to start entirely from the beginning, but yeah. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, folks, for all that's been here for, like, the past couple streams. He's like, oh, he's finally getting close to being done. He's getting close. Like, nope. Someone has to show me something cool. And I'm like, we're gonna do this instead. It looks so much better, and it would work so much nicer. Okay. And you know what? I can do most of it with sponge work. It is going to be so much sponge work. But you know what? That is okay. And I can actually mix those three colors together and get the sky. The only color we'll also add is white. And maybe black if we need it, but I don't think we do. Retro black palm trees? Oh! Oh, I know what you are talking about. Like, it's fully blacked out in the palm trees right there. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Okay. A model's never done that. That's so true, Darren. I can certainly do that. I like how the purple looks on these legs, though, too. But I think that is doable. And you know what? I can do the trim as black if I have to. First things first. We're gonna need some purple. We're gonna need a lot of frickin' purple. Actually, I kind of want to start with the top and then we'll work our way down. So let's add I apologize about all the bouncing. You have posted your parasite. Might be an old picture, but something that you haven't posted before. Ooh, I will check that out when I have a chance. This is very hard. Oh, it's not going to work as well as I hope. This one might. Goodbye, Grim. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I need, like, a squeeze bottle, not this, like, Citadel paint bottle I've been using. Okay. You know what? I can use the orange underneath as a little starting point for it, because we are going to mix in so many other colors. I should be looking at my reference image for what I'm working on. This. Well, good night, paint. Yeah, there's just a few of us here. And we are going to think I can get what I'm hoping to do. It's gonna be a lot of blending. This is gonna be a really good blend project. Do it. Learn Kill Team. Try to play it. Have fun with it. It's a fun system. Okay. Yeah. That's a good little challenge for yourself. Try to paint the whole thing within a day. I need more paint down. They are some cool looking models. The Tempest Scion. I haven't used them. I think they came in a Kill Team box with the what's the the Vespin. I think they came in with like a Vespin unit. Was their big like box thing they got paired with, like the terrain and stuff you could buy. We are going to put that there. Let's try to use a smaller sponge if I can. What are they based off of? I don't really remember like what they're supposed to be. I almost want to say like based off like Parajumper or like jump guys in general, like the what's the name? I know the word's parachute. Is it parajumpers? Paratroopers. That's the word I was looking for. A paratrooper.
Bye, Chase.
See ya.
Let out more later?
Yes. And definitely have to add some more colors.
No.
They even have a maroon beret. Ooh. Sounds like a cool unit, a fun unit. I think someone here, maybe it was Swiggity, said that he has some for his guard army. Okay. Let me try to get these really, really dark in a few spots. I was so happy I was getting close to being done with this guy, and now I'm like, back to the drawing board. I'm going to complain about it the entire time, but I know it's going to look better in the end, and I'm going to be happier for it. That I tried something new, and it might have worked out. It's generally based up right there. This is going to come around at some point. I just have not painted this part at all. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. How often do you guys like restart a project when you're like almost finished? Just like a general question, like, or do you come up with a better idea like after the fact? That's usually where I am. Starting projects, never finishing them. That's usually where I stand. Like your Emperor's Children? Ooh. I think you gotta do some more of those, my guy. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's a good enough reason. Okay. So now I should mix some colors together and get that in between part. Okay. Let's mix just a tad of these together. Leave that one right there. Which sponge do I want to use? I think I want to keep using this one. go to reference image. There we go. I know it's drying and becoming darker, but it's a slight color change. It's getting my next color up there. Chaos Demons do have some really interesting models. By the way, welcome to stream, Mike. Good to see you here. I hope you're doing well this evening. I am... If you've been here before, I am redoing everything I've done on this night because someone gave me a better suggestion for color-wise. So I'm going through and just trying to see if I can make it work. That sits there. We're going to add a bit more. Stay right there. And just a few spots. little dab, 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 and then just... slowly, but surely, we are getting there. I think I can make it work. I think. I might have to like drastically start adding a lot more color. Because on the palette it looks bright enough, and then it dries on the model and it's just like a faint little color hue change. How's it going, Iron? Welcome to stream. I hope you're doing well this evening. Okay. I know it looks like a mess, and I'm going over a lot of work that I've already done before. Someone in my community threw in a suggestion that I really wish they gave in the beginning. But with the colors I was working with, they're like, oh, this kind of looks like a sunset. And I was almost done with this model. And I was like, damn, you're right. I bet I could make it look like a sunset. So I'm now completely restarting, going through and trying to add some colors and make it look like a very low sunset with some dark clouds. And a few other things here and there. So I'm like trying to focus on placing the edge in just a few spots. Just allowing those colors to blend and kind of build up together. Now I gotta add a bit more of the other brighter color. Keep mixing these, and then eventually I'm gonna add in the orange again. Ooh, this might have been too much of my purple, or I mean my pink, but this might be all I need to do for the final little bit. Just a little bit here and there. Leave that there for now. Let's move over to this one. So the colors that the person gave me were royal purple, coral orange, and bubblegum pink. And initially I had this part where like the lower legs were all purple and it was like orange and pink on the top, and it looked like a Nerf football. And now I'm taking those same colors and I'm trying to make it look like, I'm trying to go for this. I'm trying to get these like dark clouds. I'm gonna get in some orange and stuff underneath them. I'm just doing the heavy dark purple before I switch over to doing anything brighter. So, Ando, you missed it. Stop motion popped in and was like, oh, hey, these colors look like a sunset. And I was almost like done. I was like, okay, I'm going to be done here. I'm going to move over to the gold and I'll be good. Or I'll move over to metallics. And then I looked at it and I'm like, you're right. This will look so much better if I did it as a sunset. So now, what I'm trying to do, and I just put it away. I'm trying to make it look like a sun is physically setting. So we're going to go in, and what I'm doing currently is making these clouds and trying to get the darker shapes so that when I finally do start adding in the orange and the bit more pink stuff, I will be good. So that is what I'm currently trying to do. I'm experimenting by like just doing everything in sponging. seeing how well or how close I can get to some of these. Okay. I can sit right there. I did see you got your Hive Guard all done and set up. Looks good. What plant did you base that Hive Guard off of? Yeah, because they don't make it anymore. So it's now a, you find it, it's going to be more. Ooh, interesting. Don't think I've heard of that one before. It's probably for the best, because why get 2 kill teams and a bunch of terrain that you gotta paint? Just get the 1 kill team and then see if you even enjoy it. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it's awesome when you do get that full set, and you're like, cool, I got everything, and then if there's someone that I can play with, like, then you can split all that, but... Oh. I'll have to look him up in a moment there, Ando. Need to try and get this. Or you can have 2 kill teams to play with. Yeah, true. Very true. Okay. Ooh. Sounds interesting. So, I didn't really take a good close look at it yet. I'll have to in a little bit. Say on my. Okay, here. I think I'm going to be getting a little close to my next big mix, which I think next I'm going to add in some orange. My day was good. Just another work day, getting hopefully money in the bank to pay my bills and spend on my hobby. I talked about my Warhammer game earlier today that I had yesterday. Another night-on-night game. It's now the second week in a row that I've played against knights, and we're both doing Purge the Foe, so we're just doing Meat Grinder. I did somewhat better this time around, just because I kind of knew what I would be playing into. And yeah. My coolest moment never even came from my knights. It came from my Sisters of Battle. And it was just because an entire sister squad took the whole shooting from a Knight Castellan, and one model lived. It was on the final gun my opponent shot was his big volcano cannon. And I pretty much needed a 6-up to live, and she got her 6. She got a 6 and she lived for one more turn and then died the next turn. But that's fine. I'm like, you know what? That was a really cool moment. And then another cool one was like taking down a Knight Lancer in melee. I did a bunch of wounds to it in shooting. Had to sacrifice. Well, he took out a paladin, and then I sacrificed an armiger to hold him off for like a little bit, and then I killed him in melee. But he did 4 wounds to me when he actually exploded. There was 2 times, like, my opponent's knights exploded, and it did damage to the same knight twice. One of your high guard lost his legs, and you were completely ready to name him Old One Leg until you found it this morning next to the Xbox 360 controller, of all places. Did you put him next to there at any point? It was just there. I guess I just got up and walked over there. You know what? I should sponge his guns to get this same treatment that I've been doing. Where is the sponge I've been using? Here it is. And doop doop doop. I have no idea what I'm doing. I am just winging it. Also, probably help if you guys saw it, huh? Okay, next one is orange being mixed in, because we are going to try and do that red. That's not really color I was hoping for. That's more of a brown. Ooh. Hey, good for him. It's good music. I mean, the genre music in general is, like, good. It's that, like, what is it called? It's 80s synthwave? Yeah, 80s synthwave. Let's mix this in and see what I get. Not as bright, still on that whole very dark brown aspect, but you know what? It's fine. It is fine. We can make it work. Let's get that back up and going. Let me actually look at not the best color. That is very brown looking. These next colors are going to have to do a lot of work to kind of bring that back up. How's it going, Formula? Yeah, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well. I've said this a couple times already. I am completely starting from scratch again with this knight that I've been working on. Someone said like, oh, hey, you're kind of doing sunset colors. And I was like, God damn, you're right. I should paint this as a sunset. So now I'm going through and I'm trying to make it look like a cloudy sunset. I'm not doing particularly well, but we're trying. Getting down my general colors. Well, general. I've started with purple, got the clouds in and all that stuff, and now I'm like mixing in orange, which is going to be the next kind of big one for a lot of this. Okay, I think that needs to sit down and dry. There's going to be a lot I gotta do. The knight already has a name, so my friends name the knights. They choose the color scheme, and they come up with the names. Ah, was it really like, what's the word? I'm trying to think. Like, rough looking, I guess is what I'm thinking of. Like, did the paint dry before it hit the model? Because that happened to me recently. Actually, I gotta go through and like... Jeez, I gotta look at the message and all that stuff. I will send you guys the name later, because... Actually, how far up do I have to go? My friend called him Children of the Horn, mostly because of their, well, the sigil that he wanted me to use, which is a unicorn. Huh. I don't really know what could have been the effect there. And I did such good work on the edging and stuff of this guy, but now it is going down, down, down. Down by the river. I've been playing Baldur's Gate again recently. It's been fun. Such a fun game. Replaying with my gaming buddies. Playing a fighter. I know Azriel's the beginning part of my name, but then I started doing a solo run, also playing a fighter. I know, you can tell a theme here. And I went with the name Oaken Stumpo. I'm not normally good with names, but I'm like, I want to do something kind of... like, something that I would name a D&D character off of, and name a D&D character off of. And just kind of, like, have some fun with it. So, Oaken Stumpo is a human fighter battle master. He throws tiefling children that try to pickpocket him, and do not give him his stuff back. Because... that is my stuff you took. Give it back. or be thrown. They did not give it back, so I throw the child. Throw the children, people. Throw the children. Also, that's kind of what the Imperium does. They just throw children into the meat grinder. Oh, you have? What do you have to share with us for bug lore? And let's just pat this dry a little bit. I don't need to do anything too crazy for browning it up a little bit. Or not really brown, it's more of a it's a new ability. If a bug chews on a piece of a plant, their carapace will change color, or in some sort of extreme case, grow too much of the plant it chewed on to help blend in better. Also, it kind of gets like a natural camouflage. Interesting. Try and I'd like this just to blend, not be a big schmear. I think it's just gonna be a big schmear. The bigger, better. Honestly, fair enough. Yeah, the bigger, better you get up in with the bugs, the crazier things they do. Okay. Let's move over to... I think we're done with the purples. Gonna move over to just doing oranges and red, pink as the color mixture. Let's see how well I do. Not bad, not bad. I think this will work. And we're just going to tap that and there. Might be able to pull this back from where it was. Keyword is might. I don't know. I don't have high hopes, but I'm going to keep trying. It's okay to give me honest criticism. I know. I already know. I'm trying my best with this. That's all I can ask for. It's been good for me so far. Hi, Roy. It's been good. I've enjoyed it. I'm liking the dispositions. I'm liking the terrain stuff they got going on. It's been a positive all the way around. I should do something down here on some stuff. I want to see if I can at least get the top to look good. I'm more going to focus on the top than I am the rest of it. Let's mix in some more of that orange. And yeah, we'll do the purples or the pink as well. It's really fun, like, when you get a chance to do it. Like, all the sponge painting, which I know I'm not doing the best representation of it here currently, but you can get some pretty good effects, which I'm looking at this. I'm like, where am I going? Like, how much can I make this, like, work? How, like, what can I fix here? Think I have a plan. I've been treating it as like a cloud is over the whole sunset, as there's usually a focal point where it is the brightest, and then everything else gets darker from there. So I'm going to be trying to refocal a couple things. See if I can actually pull this from the brink. You know what? I should just do a spot of that my brightest orange. And then work from there with the rest of it. You mix it with a cheese stick and eat it? Oh my god, that is... Ugh. Ugh. Eesh. Well, let's mix in some of this white with the orange I got. So orange, grape, and cheese. That just sounds like a charcuterie board. Just gelatinous. Honestly, I should do these parts as well. Don't really have the trim be anything different on the other knight, so I might as well. It might give me some more spacing to get the colors to work together. I mean, I've done cheese, grapes, and like ham mixed together before. So, what are some weird food color combinations that people have done? I could also say weirdest color combinations, and I will say this is up there for me. Mac and cheese and mustard. Ooh. Why mustard? Is it like the tangy flavor? Well, no, I don't think that would go well with mac and cheese. Wow. And yeah. I'm just gonna do this. You know what I should have done? I'm going off of the image and I'm going to show it again because I kind of need it. I need to treat this as like the three colors. You got... I need the brush. Where's my... Oh, it's right there. Okay. I should treat this as the colors. This is the orange. Majority pink with bits of purple here and there. That's how I should be treating this. And I haven't been doing that. Ketchup on a grilled cheese. I mean, I guess that would make sense. Like, you could do tomato soup with grilled cheeses. At least I do. Or chicken noodle. What's the weirdest? I think just like cheese and rice have been my weirdest food combination. I'm sure I've had other ones. I just can't think of it at the moment. Okay. I actually want to add some white to the orange and try and get a yellowish color. Yeah, that'll work. Sorry, folks, I'm not putting this in your line of sight. I'm just kind of tapping where I want it to be. I'm just putting my hands where I want it to be. Okay, now I'm going to do the pink, and it's going to be covering a lot of stuff. It's fine. And then I will use the final color and just kind of blend it from there. So this is what I should have done. Probably. This has just gone downhill. Hey, Roy. How are you, buddy? What do you mean by plans for the night? Like, what type of night? Or games? Or... what are you, asking? I'd say color-wise, what I'm trying to do is get a, I don't know, consistent something. I don't know. I'm just throwing on colors and trying to make it work. That's where I am currently with this. I don't think I'm going to achieve what I'm hoping for. I'd say game-wise, I'm definitely going to be bringing knights to a couple tournaments. Because I've been enjoying playing them, even though it's a very high elite army, and one that I can find easily. Pretty much, once you get them to their 5-up invuln save, it just goes downhill for them quite a bit. But I'm going to keep, using them, working on them. Going from here and there. I want to change up some of the models I have in the list here and there. But or at least I want to come up with a few other knight lists. Like, I want to get the Desier. I want to get the Castellan. I'd love to get some of the 30k knights and add them to the army. But for like little units, talked about it earlier, adding in probably some of the assassins would be really good. Just for the option to have something that can deep strike and score me like outflank or behind enemy lines, or just doing a bit more stuff where I lack. Tempted to get into teams, which is another form of 40k. Teams is where you and like 5 other people go to a game with like a bunch of other teams, and you can only have one of any faction in your list. So like if I'm running Imperial Knights, no one else can run Imperial Knights or have Knights in their list anywhere. So if I was like Space Marines and I wanted to ally in Imperial Knights, then no one else could do that. I know I just repeat myself there, but it's fine. I'd like to try it. I'd like to do a duos game with a buddy. The same Chaos guy that I've wanted to get into 40k for a little bit. I think doing a duo game with me and him would pretty much help the both of us quite a bit. And I think would help him. At least like play the game, and that if he is getting hit on pretty hard, I'm there to hopefully soften some of the blow and not be like the main target. Because if I do it, it's either I'm going to be running my Marines or I'm going to be running my Knights. And I'm more tempted to do Knights if I do that for the simple fact that I'm enjoying them. They're my main fixation right now. I think it would just be a lot of fun. I gotta sit down and just kind of help him finish his army, because he's got like some havocs that he needs to build and all that stuff. We're gonna give him a Chaos Knight for his army. Well, there's some pieces I want from the Chaos Knight kit. I want their chainsword and the fist, because I think they look way cooler than the Imperial one. And I'm going to... well, I'm splitting it with him. And that will give him, like, a good vehicle that he can use. And if he wants to get into Chaos Knights, which that can be a fun one, I think, for some people to do, or for at least him to try, he could start there and then borrow my stuff as well to, like, play Knights. Other than that, I got some other things I do want to talk about, but I want to kind of keep them secret for a little bit while I work on it in the background. Not anything big video-wise, but definitely like a personal project that I will be sharing with you folks. It's just going to take a little bit of time to get the logistics and other little things here and there figured out. Is that getting any better? It might be. That might actually be turning out a bit better. I don't know, though. I'm going to have to keep going and finding out. The hive card looks like a wet jungle now. Nice. Is that like because of basing, or did you do something in particular to do that? Okay, I'm going to move over to the other side. A lot of this is going to be purple on the corner. Or not purple, I mean pink all of a sudden. You know, I think having these base colors I did before actually is kind of helped with doing these other colors on top, because I can see the other layers like poke through a little bit here and there, and it just makes it like a tad bit it's working better, I should say. So like that, keep it there. So the line is kind of like that. And there. Now this is all going to be purple. I think we're going to do that is going to be definitely that pink, huh? So we go back to turning this all into one color than what it was before. Well, we are going to try our best and get what we can done. So there. Now, switching and throwing down some purple to... Welcome back, Endo. Let's see if I can get this to work a little bit. This is going to be one that I'm going to have to step away and kind of re-look at again. And really decide, like, how I'm going to try doing this. So if I set that there, I'll try to make that look like the cloud. And I do gotta, I think, stamp a little bit into the pink and all that for some parts. Now let's try. I think I can get this to blend relatively well and make it look okay. I mean, the keyword is I think, and that's doing a lot of heavy lifting here. And I do gotta take the brush and kind of hit in between spots here and there. Looking at the top, I do have to do his head as purple. Just gonna take a bit. Let's throw that down a little bit more. Set that to the side. Okay, there we go. A little bit. What is HL2? I've never heard of that before. Well, maybe I have, but I don't recognize the acronym. Let's just get this. Oh, Half-Life 2. I've heard good things about it. Never played that. I pretty sure people wish they came out with Half-Life 3 already. Because it has been years at this point. How's it going, Starfighter? It's been a minute. You came in to a point where I am... I am on the brink of, like, defeat with this thing. I had it somewhat good, and now I've made this into something not so good. Trying to make this look like a sunset the best I can. Don't think I'm gonna get... I'm not really gonna get it. Oh, thank you. At least someone... At least one person does. I'm trying. The inspiration I'm going off of is this. No, I'm not gonna burn my model. I think that'll kind of work for some parts. You know what I'm also gonna do? I'm gonna try and soften the line between the orange and pink a little bit. I think I will go and add like the palm trees like someone suggested. Because at this point, why not? How's it going, Shut? I don't know what part of this you think is inspiring, but thank you. Let's add a little bit of purple up in here. I know I sound really defeatist when I talk about this. And I gotta move over to the brush, but I do. You got rid of all your Tyranids. What made you get rid of all your bugs? Well, fair enough. Always gotta make more room for new stuff. Trying to make room for your brother's Votan army. Is that what you're painting up, or? could have done a good, like, Votan versus Tyranid. Been lore accurate there. The Raven Guard helped defeat them. Nice. I like that. Well, I hope they went to a good home. I hope someone uses them to terrorize plenty of future tables and all that. They've been banished to North Carolina. No! Not North Carolina! That's personally my favorite out of the Carolinas. Let's try... How's this looking? I don't know. It might work. Might work. That might's carrying a lot of weight. I don't know how I feel. I'm not like happy with it. Like it's not how I want it to be. I mean, it's very like synthwave if I think about it. Like it's very like. Actually, the playlist I'm currently listening to, the like image it has in the background is literally pink, orange, and purple. Like, those are the three main colors, is pink, purple, and orange. So it is very much a... I don't know what to do the trim as, though. I mean, I could do gold, or I'm thinking black, just because of maybe doing the, like, palm trees and stuff, but I don't know. I was also kind of keeping in mind, like, that I'm not going to be painting the trim. Like, I'm trying to treat the colors like flowing on top of each other, but I probably should do trim. I'm just not fully sure. metallic black. I don't own a metallic black, but I can mix a silver and a black together and get that color. That might actually work well. I'm going to take some of this and just add a bit more. When did you tell me a silver idea? Okay. I think I'm going to call it there for that. And then oh yeah, you did say you used silver for that. Thinking on the legs, I could do just a little bit. Let's do them. Let's do this one. I think this will be pretty damn close. I should call it here for a night. It's about 10 o'clock. I should get some sleep and go through from there. I'll do my little spiel, but I'm sure there's not many of you here. I hope y'all enjoy the content. If you do like the content here, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I try to stream 3 days a week, starting from 7 p.m. EST to about 10 o'clock EST. If you want to be part of the community a little bit more and share your Warhammer stuff or any other hobbies you're into, it's not just Warhammer I'm into. There are other hobbies I eventually want to do here on this channel. But I have a Discord. It's completely free to join. It is in the video, stream, and channel description. Again, completely free to join. And whatever hobby you have. whatever making creation hobby you have. I want to hear about it. I want to see it. Go ahead and share it. Also, if you want to support the channel a bit more monetarily, I do have a Ko-Fi/Coffee account you can donate to. Everything you donate goes directly back into the channel to help with upgrades for materials or models or hiring an editor for videos. But with that all being said, you don't have to do any of that. Just having you here, being a part of the community, is more than enough. I just get on here to be a silly goober and maybe make some good models and maybe not make some good models. But at the end of the day, I have fun and I learn something. So with that all being said, I want you to go out there and make something awesome. I know you will.